Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about this. Is probably one of the best animated, best choreography fights we have gotten recently in anime here with Yuji versus Choso. Just insane what they did with this fight. It looked great, the back and forth between them, the usage of their powers, Yuji finally getting his moment to shine. But even if the fight was so good, the most interesting thing that happened for me in this episode was the ending of the fight. I have so many questions after that, but let's get into it and talk about the fight. Now, I liked that we saw a bit at the start Inumaki helping with all of the people that were dying and getting killed there, and left Yuji to go on his own. And then it picks up from last episode with Yuji coming face to face with Choso, and the instant attack by Choso, and revealing how his power works, convergence with the blood manipulation that he has, compressed blood. And actually Yuji took more than a beating throughout this episode, but he also gave some back. But what I really liked was the ingenuity of the blood here, and also how it worked, it looked, and how much pressure technique like this can put with that blood laser beam there. It looked so good. And then on the other side you have with Choso this super versatile technique, can do this ranged attack, pierce, beam. Then on the other side Yuji, I'm just gonna punch some people. Very simple and straight to the point, because Yuji hasn't gotten his own technique, or let alone domain expansion. That's probably way into the future. I'm really curious how Yuji is gonna develop more and more, and this is why, as much as I love Gojo, I feel like we needed this breathing room, especially for Yuji to become more of the main character. And this fight just show that Yuji is a great character when he gets some breathing room, so to say. Of course, he has had great moments in season 1 also, but this episode here, why Yuji is so awesome. And the back and forth between him and Choso was insane. How it started, and even the conversation with Choso asking him, what were the last words of my brothers? Nope, they didn't have any. They started crying, which made him even more angry. He started using his blood Rasengan there. I feel like I got a bit of Naruto and Index with the coin there with Misaka, how Choso was fighting. Then the fighting was so good, and the animators, the staff, I hope they're taking care of themselves. But if you know everything, yeah, but what they did here, they deserve the praise and respect here. And Yuji was on the back foot pretty much the entire fight. Even though he was fighting back, he had landed some good blows. Even Choso was confused about the double impact that Yuji's punches were having. Choso was more in control of this fight here, and Yuji even had a 50-50 chance to dodge the beam. It was that close. He couldn't. It was too fast. He couldn't dodge it properly. He had to take a chance with it. He tried to lure him in when he did that jump in the air, and then he gets hit in the back, just showing the versatility of the blood technique here with the supernova. Getting hit back, he still pushes through the pain, but still gets wounded quite hard. They're even pierced a bit. But then we have the best boy Mechamaru being back, at least for a bit, saying Kamo has the same technique, the one that we saw back in season 1. Just even emphasizing again how balanced and how versatile this is for medium, close, far range, how many things you can do with this technique. And saying he has an idea with just a 10% chance, just go through the restroom. And after this Mechamaru, I kind of missed him already, provoking Choso there, antagonizing him a bit, and kind of Choso bites that trap, so to say. The restroom being full of water, and Yuji attacking from behind, but unfortunately Mechamaru is a casualty of that exchange there, which, yeah, he was dead. He got killed in the first few episodes here when the Shiba incident started, but this leftover piece recording AI cursed, and I don't even know what this was. I don't think we're gonna see Mechamaru again being crushed here, but he gave Yuji a fighting chance thanks to this. So thank you, Mechamaru, very much. Now, blood breaks underwater here, so it kind of limits the technique for Choso. He can use it, but only with the blood internally of him, and this is where it goes even more insane. The fight started going at each other so much, and the choreography, what they did here, was so good. But like I said, throughout the fight, Choso was the one more in control. Even with this disadvantage that he had here, he still put Yuji on the back foot. But Yuji still fought back more than that here. But unfortunately, Choso hit the blood clot, which allows him to pierce Yuji, like quite a grievous wound there. Even he said something that shouldn't be destroyed got destroyed. Now, I don't know what that means. Was it a kidney? Was it something else? A liver? I don't know. If you guys know anatomy, let me know in the comments below. But here, also, what was great, this pushed Yuji very, very far and showing his determination, but also how far he's willing to go for those he cares. He wants to at least take out Choso, even if it's the last thing he does, at least do something with his life. And we've seen it even season 1 and season 2 also. He always puts others ahead of him and his life. He always gets into this situation where he's super wounded, beaten, and so on. Now, while this is great, he also needs to start valuing his life a bit more, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. This is why I'm so happy for this. Yuji finally getting a lot more and needed development for him. And yes, I do still miss Gojo very much, favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen, but I also like all of the other characters. This is why this episode, I feel like it's gonna be one of the most important episodes in the series. Now, even Choso commenting that he took a lot of damage from just 3 hits, showing how much destructive power Yuji has without actual techniques, just punching people. Keep that in mind. And then he starts hardening blood around his fists, and they go at it again. Yuji almost gets stabbed in the head, gets saved at the last second by the water there. And Choso, I feel like this power is quite interesting because he can shoot it, he can harden his fist projectile, and he even made Wolverine closer. Like, he started slashing Yuji more and more damage on him, but Yuji started pushing back, taking a bit control, and he thinks he has the upper hand. Now, this is the key moment. We've seen it in a lot of anime. When you think you're on the verge of victory, this is also when you are the weakest. He didn't use his left fist the entire fight. He wanted to use it as bait, thinking he can't use it anymore, but when he finally uses it, kind of gets a different feedback, and you can even hear the sound. Was like, did he hit metal? That didn't feel like flesh, body, muscles, bones, or maybe hitting the wall if he missed. It felt like metal. Then it's revealed you have Choso. Hey, I have hardening powers even more throughout his body. He anticipated that, and he kind of used blood to harden his abdomen a bit, the sides of his abdomens. And yeah, Yuji gets a lot of damage counter from that. Kind of loses a bit of his shoulder, gets slammed into the wall by Choso. And we have a great appearance here, Sukuna again with his arrogance, losing against this trash. I'm paraphrasing a bit. In that scene, so perfect, the timing, the nuance of it, the way it looked, him being so disinterested, even that small comment, they're so pathetic. I miss Sukuna. Can't wait to see more Sukuna. It feels like we haven't seen him in quite a while here. I don't think he's gonna let Yuji die. Consider they still have that contract, which you still don't know the full conditions of it, and even Yuji, he doesn't remember it. But the arrogance that Sukuna has is awesome, very, very good, and I can't wait to see more of him. But this is where I got really confused. Now, Choso 1 goes in for the kill. just before he does it, he says apologize, wants Yuji to apologize for what happened to his brothers, but he starts stumbling, gets a headache, losing his footing, and he gets some weird vision or memories or a flashback, but I don't think that's real. There's no way it's real, because you have Yuji having dinner with them and feeding them like they're a family. Now, like, is he hallucinating? Did Sukuna plant those memories or gave him that vision to distract me? I don't know. Sukuna is not that type of character. He is either gonna kill you, mock you, or indifferent. I don't think he's the type to manipulate memories of opponents. He did it to Yuji with the contract, but would he save him in this way? Wouldn't he just take control of Yuji and just blast Chos away and heal Yuji after that? So I don't know what triggered those memories, hallucination, vision. Is it real? Does this explain a bit Yuji's past? Is he some sort of curse also? I honestly have no idea, but this got me really confused, because right now Yuji got saved because of this event here. So I'm very excited for next episode. The fight was insane. Here what happened. Probably one of the best fights we have gotten in recent anime so far, and definitely in Jujutsu Kaisen. I don't know if I would like this one more, or the one versus Yuji and Todo versus Hanami, but this one is definitely up there for the choreography, the animation, the angles, the back and forth, the usage of powers, Yuji getting more moments to shine, insane episode and fight. But also left a big question, which I'm very, very curious to find out next week. So I'm really curious what you guys thought about the episode, the fight. What was your favorite moment here? And even more after the Nanami moment we had last week. It feels like Jujutsu Kaisen week to week keeps on delivering. So thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So keep enjoying Jujutsu Kaisen. Make sure to check out the podcast, Because Anime. I'm gonna see you again on the next one. Bye bye.